Good evening, sir.
Sir, very good evening. Sir, very good evening. You can start. Today's is the joint organization. Okay, sir. Thank you.
So, very good evening to you all. Today's International E-Conference is jointly organized by Shri Kumarswami Mahavidyalaya Ausa district Latur in Maharashtra state, as well as Jaikranti College of Education in Latur. First of all, I heartily welcome today's keynote speaker, Dr. Vagmita Tyagi ma'am, for today's session. I welcome the chief organizer of an international conference, both principal, Shri Kumarswami Mahavidyalaya Ausa, Honorable Dr. M M Betkar sir, the principal of Jaikranti College of Education, Honorable Dr. Tanve sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Welcome to all also.
Yes, sir. And heartily welcome all those dear attendees. The topic for today's presentation is mental health of teachers. The topic is going to present, as I have mentioned, today's keynote speaker, Dr. Vagmita Tyagi ma'am. Let me introduce in short, Honorable Dr. Vagmita ma'am, serving as a principal at the Gargi Girls School, Meerut, in the state Uttar Pradesh. So, with this brief introduction, now I request to you, madam, please start your presentation on the topic mental health of teachers. You are most welcome, Dr. Vagmita ma'am. Please.
Thank you so much, Prashant sir, and good evening to everybody. And I am heartily grateful to Dr. M M Betkar sir for this opportunity. Well, this topic, when discussed as which topic to go ahead, the first instance that came into my mind was the mental health of the teachers. So let me give you why did I choose this topic. See, as per our education system, the child is considered to be the center of education. We all are aware. But who is teaching the child? Who is responsible for the overall growth, the holistic growth as we call? So it is the teachers. And right now what I find is the teachers are almost all the time burdened with n number of things, be it in their professional life, be it in their personal life. So when it comes to the mental health, it is the utmost need of the hour that we need to enlighten teachers about what mental health is and how to take care about the mental health. So my presentation would be a very brief and short one, but I hope it is an informative one because this was one of the variable of my PhD research topic that I conducted across 400 teachers all across Meerut, and they included government and private secondary school teachers. So I found out that mental health is something that is being kept in the back seat, right? So with your permission, I wish to start with the presentation and share the screen.
Yes, ma'am. It's allowed.
Right. Thank you. I hope the screen sharing is visible.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Proceed. Yes.
Okay. So here we go ahead with the mental health. So mental health, the basic definition is defined as a state of complete physical, mental, social well-being, and not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Something that has become a taboo in society, but people are coming out of it. When we say a person needs mental help, they are tagged as lunatic people, crazy people. They need a psychiatrist, and psychiatrist is a deadly term in comes to dealing with mental health problems. So today we are taking a very, very sensitive topic on mental health. WHO, the World Health Organization, defines it as the positive dimension of mental health is stressed in WHO definition of health as contained in its constitution. So the topic that has been talked about internationally needs to be taken care. So this definition that goes on your screen is not just the absence of mental disorder. It is defined as a state of well-being in which every individual realizes his or her own potential, can cope with the normal stresses of life, can work productively and fruitfully, and is able to make contribution to his or her own community. Now, this is a basic definition, and when we talk about the intellectual people who have joined this workshop or this webinar, in case I must be very clear with this, so this is a definition that can be very well elaborated by all of us. Now, is it only some pressure that is related to your work life or your personal life? Well, what I assume from here is it is more of a performance anxiety that comes into play. When a person, he or she is under a lot of pressure to perform, that time the mental health also defines a person, whether the person will be able to come out in a very, very productive manner or not. So the WHO also defines the mental health in the term that is coming right on your screen. So history of mental health is thus the balanced development of the individual's personality and emotional attitude, which enables him to live harmoniously with his fellow men. Now, when we talk about fellow men, for teachers, it is not only the colleagues, it is not only the subject teachers, the class teachers, the non-class teachers, the sports teacher. With fellow men, it also includes the higher level authorities, including the management, the principal, the coordinators. So it is a harmonious relationship of a teacher along with the fellow men. Mental health is not exclusively a matter of relation between persons. It goes beyond relations. The relations can be good, but are they sympathetic or empathetic needs to be clearly defined. It is also a matter of relation of the individual towards the community he lives in, towards the society of which community is a part of. Right. So the community of maybe a school or a college is just a part of the society at large, because you have students coming from all walks of background. They could be dealing with rich kid, they could be dealing with a poor kid, they could be dealing with a child who's having a very wonderful balanced family, a happy family. There can be kids in your classroom who come from a very disturbed background. So to manage so many different plethora of little children in your class, you need to be sound mentally, because when a person is mentally strong, only in that case the person will be able to deal with such individuals who come from variety of backgrounds. Mentally ill were considered to be possessed by devils, right? There were a lot of black magic, there was a lot of chaotic situation that flowed around in case if the person is not behaving as per the norms of the society. So when I say normal, what exactly is the normal? Normal is basically the norms that are set and laid down by a society. Now, suppose in case if I'm supposed to sit in that posture, this is a norm that, the webinar, I'm supposed to look into the camera, I'm supposed to behave and talk in a certain manner. Now, in case if I start looking here and there and scratching my head, what will happen? This is out of the norm as set by the standards of people, the majority of people. So generally, when a person was disturbed and was not in a proper frame of mind to talk, the people used to consider that person as lunatic or being possessed by devils. So it was again a total different form, and the problem of mental illness was given a backseat. Patients were locked up in tall jail-like buildings, far removed from the center of population, alienated from the rest of the society. During the 20th century, psychiatry began to make scientific advance. Now look at the condition. We are talking about the society where mental health was supposed to be given a priority. India being the land of Vishwa Gurus in yoga, where mental health would have been or should have been taken as the first priority in the whole of the world. The 20th century, psychiatry began to make scientific advances, which I think so very late. But as you say, better late than never. So finally, we started it on a very, very big ground. So, few facts about this. About half of the mental disorders began before the age of 14. Around 20% of the world's children and adolescents are estimated to have mental disorders or problems, with similar type of disorders being reported across cultures. So it is a very common genuine problem that spreads in the society all throughout. And it is a universal fact. It is not just related to a particular locality, a country, but spread far and wide. So this is a very, very important fact that teachers need to remember. And rather than cribbing and saying, oh, why this tough child or a specially able child or a child with special needs or such a challenging child has been given to me? No. The teachers need to understand that these are children who are widespread in the society. They are not just refined to your classrooms, but they are present everywhere. In some cases, they are identified. In some cases, they are non-identified. Now, depression is characterized by sustained sadness and loss of interest along with psychological, behavior, and physical symptoms. It is ranked as a leading cause of disability worldwide. Now, what is depression according to us? In case if we say, I'm feeling sad, I'm feeling low, the blood pressure is going down, I don't want to interact with people around, I don't find that happiness quotient being dealt into. So depression is something that flows in. So it is a sustained sadness. You look at the irony. When we talk about educators, when we talk about children, when we talk about education as per the national education policy, we talk about sustainable goals. We talk about sustainable development. But here, when we look at the other side, the darker side of the society, depression is something that is engrooved in our society. The roots are dark and spreading. So it is becoming a sustained sadness. The person prefers to feel sad and leading to depression. And again, as you see, it is a worldwide problem. Now, coming to India. So survey in India suggests morbidity rate of not less than 18 to 20 per 1,000, and types of illness and their prevalence are very much the same as in other parts of the world. We really need to make the teachers understand that the situations are tough. The situations are critical because the children that we are facing are suffering and the teachers are also suffering. So it is not that teachers are aloof from being depressed. Teachers are not aloof from being in pressure of anxiety. So it is a spread wall situation that does not need to come between the child and the teacher. The teacher need to have the spectacles of empathy and look at the children and be more calm and composed in herself or himself. The number of specialized hospitals for mental disorder patients in the country are 47, with total number of beds about 10,329. So these are the facts that are available. And maybe the time when this PPT was prepared, maybe the number might change from 47 to 50, 57. But these are the registered numbers that I'm talking about. And the condition of our country where population is growing in billions and millions, look at the fact that how much attention we are giving to the children, to the teachers, to individuals as such who are actually suffering from mental disorders. So the problem statement goes, mental and behavioral disorders are found in people of all regions, all countries, and all societies. Now you might wonder, why have I repeatedly used the word all? Well, being an English teacher, this is a form of the figure of speech known as repetition. And we use repetition to show the emphasis or the gravity of the situation. So when I'm talking about all religion, all countries, and all society, India does not stand apart, my friends. It is very much a part of this problem statement. An analysis done by WHO shows that neuropsychiatric conditions, which included a section of these disorders, has an aggregated point prevalence of 10% for the adults. And 10% is definitely a huge, huge number. So this is a wonderful day that is celebrated all throughout. We must be celebrating World Mental Health Day to keep us grounded, to make us realize that at least a day is there dedicated that people talk about mental health and to talk it in terms of normality. The more we normalize to talk about mental health, I think so the world is not far enough that people will have a lot of empathy towards people who are suffering with a lot of mental illness. Warning signals of poor mental health. Now, this is a question I would like to put to all of you. And in case if I can get the answers, are you always worrying? You need not answer to me. You can have your own answers within yourselves. This is just a test-based thing. Are you always worrying? Are you unable to concentrate because of unrecognized reasons? Are you continually unhappy without a justified cause? Do you lose temper easily and often? Are you troubled by regular insomnia? Insomnia, we all know, it's lack of sleep. We'll continue the questions further, but these are the 5 questions. Answer yourself. Talk to your teachers, talk to your fellow partners, and in case if the answer is yes, that is a red flag. That is an alarming situation that the people around us are not mentally healthy. So with these 5 questions, I turn the slide to the next 5 questions. Do you have wide fluctuations in your mood? Do you continuously dislike to be with people? Are you upset if the routine of your life is disturbed? Do your children consistently get on to your nerves? There might be 2 answers. You might say, no, it does not happen with me. But majority of the answers, if they are yes. So it is time, my friends, that we rise up from this condition and take it up in a very serious manner. This is just an introspection exercise. You need not tell me what your answer is. But, we can lie to the world. We cannot lie to ourselves. We cannot lie to our inner consciousness. So in case if the majority of answers are coming, yes, we really need to think and take a break. Right. Question number 10. Are you browned off and constantly bitter? Browned off means you are not in the mood to reciprocate to the external stimuli. Are you afraid without real cause? Are you always right and the other person is always wrong? Do you have numerous aches and pains for which no doctor can find a physical cause? And my friends, these are all work-related problems. The questions that are on your screen, they're not for students, they are for teachers. And when I conducted a survey in my own school and we told the teachers that the results are going to be confidential, we'll not be revealing, be genuine when you answer. 80% of the teachers admitted that majority of the answers had yes, and that is a red flag. And all these are the problems that come because of the burden of professional life. So as mentors, we really need to take up as our responsibility to make our fellow teachers come up from this professional and performance anxiety, because in case of these 13 questions bouncing on your screen are yes, it is high time we rise above this and help our fellow teachers. So characteristics of a mentally healthy person. So these were the questions with a red flag. They are a big threat. Chances of getting them into any kind of mental sickness. So the characteristics of a mentally healthy person: he feels comfortable about himself, he feels reasonably secure and adequate, he neither underestimates his own ability. Double thumbs up for this. The mentally healthy person feels right towards others. This means he is able to be interested in others and to love them. He is able to like and trust others. Now the word trust, please focus on that. Trust is something that has a very, very strong emotion. Same ways as we have hate. I don't like somebody, it's okay. I hate somebody is a very, very, very strong emotion. So we need to check our words when we use these kind of a terminology. So when I say he's able to like, it's a normal emotion, and trust others. Trust again comprehends to a very strong emotion. So in case if a person has the ability to trust comes only with a mentally stable person. In case if a person is not able to trust, the person is somewhere in a dilemma of a mental delusion. The mentally healthy person is able to meet the demands of life. He is not bowled over by his own emotions of fear, anger, love, or guilt. So the person knows how to balance his emotion. You must have seen a person on a rope, the balancing rope. How well the little girl or a boy or a man balances himself or herself on the rope. Similarly, a mentally stable person is able to balance both the negative and the positive emotion. When does mental sickness begins? Only when the person is not able to harness or balance the positive and the negative emotions. See, we are all human beings. There will be times we'll be happy. There will be times we'll be sad. But in case when we are not able to manage those emotions, that time the mental stimulation takes place, which might lead to mental instability. Crucial points in life of human beings. Prenatal period. So this is something related to psychology, but just wanted to have you over here. So the teachers are aware about what kind of child they're dealing with. So pregnancy is a stressful period for some women. First 5 years of life, roots of mental health are in early childhood. Broken homes are likely to produce behavior disorders in children. School child, everything that happens in school affects the mental health of the child. Now, because I'm dealing with school kids, so it was very important for me to talk about this because we all are aware about National Education Policy that talks about ECCE, Early Childhood Care and Intervention. So when you're talking about your kids, maybe in college, so rather than tagging the child as a disturbed child or a careless child or a hopeless child, the seeds have been sown long back, might be into the prenatal age. Right. So as teachers, as educators, we need to keep the balance of our mental health and understand that the problem that you're seeing is just the tip of the iceberg. The problem lies way beneath. So please keep your calm and composure to understand that the problem lies right from prenatal, even before the child is brought into this world. Adolescence. The transition from adolescence to manhood is often a stormy one. There's a storm of hormones that goes within a human body, be it male or a female or transgenders for that matter. So one has to fight with dangers to mental health and manifested in the form of mental ill amongst the youth, not guided properly, not talked about properly. These might lead to a lot of problems in the later life. And old age. Causes are organic conditions of brain, economic insecurity, lack of home, poor status, and insecurity. What happened with the founder of Raymond's? Very sad. You know, you bring up a child into this world, you nurture him, you bring him to the standards of living, you earn for him, you live for him. One fine day when you give everything to the child and the child throws you out. So not even the old age is spared from getting into the problems of anxiety and depression. Positive mental health. You're feeling well, functions well, getting along well with others, being resilient, improving quality of life, realizing your potential, doing something worthwhile, and helping others. All these are the attributes to positive mental health. Protective factors. Ability to cope up with stress, ability to face adversity. Now, adversity, I would just, this is just brushing up with the things, but when we talk about adversity, I think so COVID has shown a very, very impactful sign that what adversity is. Turn adversities into opportunities. And I think so, the teaching community was one. We were able to turn the slides all together. Nobody lit a lamp for you. Nobody clapped you for in the streets. Nobody banned those big, big manjiras or plates. We were not decorated celebrities. But the teaching community, which was on the verge of extinction during the COVID time, look what beautiful outcome the COVID has given us, this webinar. Sitting way back in Uttar Pradesh, I'm able to connect with people sitting far and wide across India. All thanks to COVID that gave us an opportunity to dive into the world of webinar. And we are still continuing with it. So turning adversities into opportunities. And I think so anybody and everybody who is into this webinar came out of that mental stigma, mental trauma, anxiety, depression, and we were able to turn those adversities into opportunities. And that is a very beautiful example. That's why I wanted to say ability to face adversity leads to a better mental health of a person. Feelings of security, feelings of mastery and control, good parenting, literacy, positive parent-child interaction, problem-solving skills. Now, when we are talking about problem-solving skills, there are total 10 basic life skills that we all need to incorporate as teachers. Communication skills, critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills, empathy, right? So these are the skills that child needs to take it up from the teachers. And before we give it to the child, we need to engulf all these in our day-to-day routine in life. And hence, a teacher should have a great self-esteem. So once when you are into the full bloom and you have all these protective gears on, you are a mentally sound teacher. Increase your resilience. Skills for life. Now, my friends, becoming a teacher, becoming an educator, lecturer, or professor, you should not stagnate yourself. Because the skills are not only for school-going children or college-studying students. It is for all of us. Keep your skills alive. Social and conflict management skills, positive interpersonal interactions, social participation, social responsibility and tolerance, social services, social support and community work. See, so much of social work has been included in this. Why? Because we are not individuals thriving in this land area. We are social beings. And all these problems of mental dissociative disorders, they brim up because we include ourselves as individuals and we refrain ourselves from participating in the society. So I request all of you to please understand the importance of good mental health lies in good social interactions. So the needed qualities, care, as educators, as administrators, care, concern, acceptance, respect, and empathy. Not only towards your juniors, but to your fellows, and specifically towards your bosses as well, because they too are facing a lot of issues. They're managing so many fronts that your colleagues, your teachers might not be aware. But care is something that is needed by any professional out there. We have lost connections because loss of lack of support system. It is very saddening for me to say that we think about a person in case if the news flashes up, your such and such employee or your such and such acquaintance committed a suicide. And that time we are left with nothing but to regret. I should have given a call. I should have been more thoughtful. When I was checking the social media account, I found the person was posting some things that was not his or her original self. So that lack of support system makes the person deviate from every aspect of life and become mentally unstable. And the final thing is to commit suicide or end life. So rather than losing these connections, let's get back to the old connections, maybe talking to a friend of yours, maybe talking to your family member at a length, at a stretch. And in case if you have a problem with your colleague, make the person sit down and talk. Because when you communicate, things come easy, things come handy. So this is a small video. The sound might not be there, which is not even required, but I just want all of you to have a look at the video. Yes. So this was the video that I wanted to share. Leave things apart. Gone past are gone past. Now, just a quick exercise, because I know you all have been sitting over here looking at the video, looking at the presentation. Let's do a quick exercise. In case if you can just open up our videos, I would be honored to have you all on board with me. So a quick exercise of maybe 5 seconds or 10 seconds. Let's see how much strength do you behold. In case if the videos can be there, I would be very honored to see. Great. Are we all in this? Can I have a thumbs up on the video? Are you all ready for this small yogic exercise with me? Okay. What we are going to be doing? We are going to be closing our ears. We are going to be closing our eyes, and we are going to be closing our nose. Fill your mouth with air and let me count up to 12 and let me see how much are we into this. Yes, Prashant sir. Your ears closed, your eyes shut down, your nose closed, mouth full of air. Fill your mouth with air. 1, 2, 3. Close your mouth, Sushma ma'am. Close your mouth. Mouth closed, fill the air, no breathing. And let go as long as you can hold it, and then let it go. Let it go in a boom. Let it go in a boom. Great. Betkar sir is done. Prashant sir is done. Ma'am is also done. Okay. Right. So this was one exercise that at the time feeling of anxiety and pressure, put everything aside on the table. And now the power of manifestation. I request all of you to please join your hands. I hope you can see both the middle fingers. They are equal. Right? Now concentrate on the right finger. Concentrate on your right middle finger and say, it's growing, it's growing, it's growing, it's growing, 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 growing. Concentrate on the middle finger of your right hand. It's growing, it's growing, it's growing. Open your eyes, look at your middle finger and say it's growing. Did you see it grow? Did you see it grow? Yes. So this is the power of in case if you do it, and a practical example, I'm not doing it right now, but you can try it at your home. Take a lime, cut into 2 pieces, keep it into 2 different bowls. On one bowl, keep on looking at saying, you're sweet, you are sweet. For 1 minute round the clock, look at the lime and keep on saying, you are sweet, you are sweet. Taste that lime. It's not going to become sweet like a sugar. Taste that lime. It is going to be sour. But then taste the other lime kept in the other bowl. And you will see the difference between the 2 lime. That is the power your mind beholds. And in case, my friends, we really want to take this noble profession one step ahead, keep your mental health alive. Right? So with this, I would like to end my presentation. I hope I try to keep it short and simple. And with this, I would like to thank Dr. Betkar for giving me the privilege for interacting with such a learned self. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for the wonderful presentation on the topic. As you said, that is a very sensitive topic, mental health of teachers. Now I request all participants, if you have any query, please ask your question. Ma'am will answer it.
Absolutely, would love that. I think so. Giri sir has raised his hand, sir, in case if you can allow him.
Shyam Suresh Giri sir, please.
Yes.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Prashant sir, Dr. Betkar sir. I'm very happy here. Firstly, very heartily congratulate to you that you have done very nice practical and nice information given by you. So we are very thankful about that. My question is, a teacher who having a few salary, how to maintain their mental health?
Absolutely, that's a wonderful question. And to be very, very honest with you, being a CBSE resource person, when I conduct workshops for the teachers all over Uttar Pradesh, this is a very basic question that I get to know. One thing, sir, this job, who gave it to you? It is we who decided to become teachers. Right. It is not that somebody is forcing you to get into a profession. In case if a teacher can crack an IIT and become an IIT, see one thing, your profession was decided by your own qualification, your own degree, your own understanding of the things and situations. One thing, in case if I am not getting the salary that I deserve to get, there are options to switch into some other school. And in case if I am getting, you're talking about low salary, there are schools in Uttar Pradesh in rural areas where teachers are not getting paid for 2 to 3 months, 4 months at large. They're thrown out of the schools. So, but being a teacher, one thing we need to understand, we are not working in MNCs. We are dealing with children. We are not dealing with machines. So we need to understand the responsibility of us being a teacher. Salary, in case my salary is 10,000, I'll not go for a 20,000 rupees sari. I'll go with a 200 rupees sari and I'll manage within those saris for the whole session. I need to restrict and understand the difference between needs and wants. What my needs are and what my wants are. And plus, definitely, in case if you are not satisfied with the salary that you are accruing, one option is change, shift to a better institution. And in case if it's that not possible, there are multiple options for teachers to go ahead with work from home. A lot of new opportunities are there. Upgrade yourself. After 20 years of working in an institution, like it's last week, I received my degree for MA in psychology from IGNOU. Nobody was forcing me to do that. I was very content with my PhD degree, working as a principal, good enough. But I need to update myself, sir. Salary is a part of your job. Salary is not everything. In case if you're not happy with the salary, we should have taken up science, cleared a competitive exam, became a doctor and an engineer. But trust me, what mental satisfaction comes in being a teacher, I see doctors who themselves are mentally upset. So one thing, in case if you're not happy with the salary, try to change your job, try to minimize your needs. And in case if that is also not working out, concentrate on your own betterment of the self. One thing, everything is going to be taking and falling into places. Right? So your mental health, your meditation aspect, your controlling of emotions is something very important. Salary is given to you on the basis of the area you are residing, on the basis of qualifications, on the basis of experience, on the basis of company's policy. You're not satisfied? Please change it.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much. My next question is, the teacher are nowadays fighting with the issue of pension scheme. From 1st November 2000, teachers are now on the hike and they are shouting that we have no pension, no work. So the people are still fighting with the pension issue. So your answer is correct that we must maintain our mentality and do something for the good things for our mental health. So thank you, madam. Thank you for your nice presentation. And
Thank you, sir.
I want to give you another. Yes. I want to give you another example. In Maharashtra, there was a Sant. His name was Rashtra Sant Tukdoji Maharaj. Can you understand Marathi, ma'am?
I don't understand exactly, but I'll try to get what you're trying to say.
Sir, he said that come my hut. No need to go to any Raja or rich people. So there is no tala or lock to my hut. Please come anytime, anyhow. And there are few demands in my hut. So you are almost welcome in my hut. So we must maintain our mentality. So that's the issue, ma'am. So thank you so much.
No, sir. Sir, you have actually raised a very, very valid point. See, the problem with teachers is I would just like to quote from, I have always kept it very close to my heart. Though there were chances I might have got fired from my management for saying this during interviews, but I don't find any shame in saying that. Very rightly quoted by Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. We are teachers, so I think this quote goes with us. Love your job. Don't love the institution you're working in, right? We are working for the children. In case the salary is not being paid by the children, the salary is being paid by the management and the institution. So as a principal, as a teacher, I love my job. Don't matter I'm the principal right now, but I love being a teacher. I love to go and interact with the students. I'm not satisfied with the salary, so I don't love the institution for that matter. But yes, as a teacher, I'm giving it 100%. When it comes to teaching, when it comes to rendering help to my students, that time salary doesn't come into mind, right? There might be principals who might be earning lakhs and lakhs more than me, but that's absolutely okay. Absolutely okay, because what I'm doing for my children is way far beyond what they might be doing it for their children. And I think so everybody on the same platter are trying to do and give the best what they have. So as teachers, I request all of you, in case if you're not satisfied with the salary, don't let that salary part hinder what we are rendering to the society. That's just a genuine appeal from my side. Rest it is an individual one-to-one perception. Thank you so much for bringing up that point, sir.
Now, Dr. Rajesh Shival, sir, please.
Good evening, Dr. Betkar sir. Good evening, Tyagi ma'am. Actually, I was watching the video on the YouTube. Then I thought it is very important to ask some questions. I am also a government employee. I am also a Jilla Parishad teacher. I am having a lot of stress about my work, but I always feel very happy. I always help others, and I do not take any tension, because if I do if I take any tension, that my work will not be finished. I will not be able to manage with people, how to talk and how to be happy with my family. So I released all the tensions. I'm just doing my job and waking up in the morning and doing a job and sleeping very happily. So the one thing is that let it be. I learned from that. Let it be. If you think about let it be, nothing will happen to you and no one will harm you. So what happened? What you are working, if you are doing job very nicely, then also people will point of you, and they will also point out that you are responsible for particular thing which you are unofficially officially not responsible. That means if you are teaching a science, then they will point out to you that you are responsible for mathematics. They are you are responsible for Marathi also. You are responsible for any English also. That means what you are doing. So that is very important. So do not think about the people, what others are telling. So that is my question. How to manage the people and their nonsense things about this. Kindly help, ma'am.
Sir, I must appreciate that you gave the answer prior to asking the question only. You only answered, let it go.
Yeah,
You
yes,
only said, let it go.
yes.
See, Rajeshwar sir, you are a blessed person. You are working in a government job. There are private teachers who want to go get into the government job. There are so many who are still struggling to get into. My family, I got married and they never allowed me to go into a government job. There are so many who are trying to clear the entrance and get into the government job. First of all, be grateful. That is what we humans should do. Be grateful to Almighty for blessing you with a job, blessing you with a family, blessing you with a beautiful home that you're living in. Now, what matters to you? Your job matters to you. Your family matters to you. The smiles of your kids matter to you. Your loving and doting wife matters to you. Your parents matter to you. On the contrary, you have your co-workers who might be unhappy in any of the case. Now, what matters to you? If your answer is your family, your home, your job, and all these things matter to you, so when they don't matter what they say, shun them out. There are good, Jatak tales. I don't know whether it goes in Maharashtra. Panchatantra Katha. There was a Jatak tale where the father and the son, they were going along with the donkey. So they were walking, and some people said, "Oh, are they fools? They're not sitting on a donkey." So people will have something or the other to say. Learn from the basic stories that our grandparents used to tell, they are very, very inspirational. So even when I satisfy the management, at every front I have to fight for salary increment, I have to fight with the management, the parents come pushing around, the kids nowadays are becoming so unmanageable. So at every point of time, as a principal, I might be loved and I might be hated by somebody. What matters to me at the end of the day, when I come back home, my child gives a hug and say, "Hi mama, how are you? I missed you so much for the whole day." That is what matters. So let people go on, let it go. There's a very beautiful song also, "Let It Go" in Frozen. Right? Keep on repeating the same things in your mind. This will all be over. As Lord Krishna says, the best part of the time is it will be over. The good time, it will be over. The bad time, it will. So when something is not in our hand, it is all going to be over. Why to worry about it?
Actually, I was appointed by the merit list, so I am very happy with my performance with the exam, and also I'm permanent. But I never mind of other people's. Thank you very much. I request you to Dr. Betkar sir and you Tyagi ma'am also to arrange another session whenever you will have a time. Thank you very much, Dr. Betkar sir.
God bless you, Rajeshwar. It was nice hearing it from you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you.
Now, Dr. Spanil Shukla, sir, please.
Hello. Good evening, Dr. Betkar sir, Principal sir, Prashant sir, and good evening, ma'am. Wonderful presentation you have made on mental health. I belong to medical field and we are teaching this subject of mental health. So no doubt when we are talking about WHO definition, it is a complete state of physical, mental and social well-being and not merely absence of disease or infirmity. Definitely mental dimension is physical dimension is easy to diagnose. It is readily available and we can go with stethoscope, we can go with X-ray, we can go with MRI. But what about mind? There is no perfect yardstick you'll find for the mental health. So today my health is good. Tomorrow, my mental health, maybe, I'm having a fight with the auto wala. Okay, and my mind will get disturbed. Or maybe the traffic is so jammed that definitely our mental health get, I will not say deranged, but get deviated from our normal healthy mind status. So that is very common experience what we are having, right? And I think in the education field, the management, the teaching staff, the teaching faculty, and the students, there should be a kind of an influx, and there should be a positive way. What you said, positive mental health, it should be there. So when a teacher is a positive, when he goes into the classroom, all students becomes positive. And if he's having some kind of emotion, anger or something like that, or someone has said something, insulted somewhere, and he comes back to the class and then he discharges, he take out all those things over here in the classroom. So I think that kind of a co-relationship one has to understand. So I'm a professor also in one of the department. So it is very important, the students sitting in front of me, they are human beings, they are not objects, and they are also having their mind setup, and we have to take care of that mind setup. I'm there in the profession since last 30 years, and I've seen there is a kind of change, in the students also, and of course teachers also, the newcomers. So you'll find that patience, the sensitivity quotient has been to the student. The student was listening, and he's my teacher, and he's telling for my betterment. That kind of feeling was there. But nowadays the sensitivity is too much. And small things can lead to, what you have said, maybe up to suicidal dispositions they are having nowadays. So this is a very sensitive issue, what we are talking here. And a teacher has to be there, his mental state should be very calm, quiet, and it is what is called as a sthita prajna, So you should not release any kind of a emotion outside. So the healthy, atmosphere in the classroom, right, by involving everyone, so everyone is a part of my class. Sitting the last bench person also is a hero for me, and bringing them in a stream and then giving them importance and making them realize that you are the important person of this class and you participate. I think that will create a great environment, and that should be the what we are saying, that attitude of the teacher should be there in the classroom. So wonderful.
Absolutely, sir. And that is what NEP talks about. You know, the Gyan mein kosh, Pran mein kosh, Anna mein, Anand mein kosh. And all these things incorporated with inclusive education. You are very perfect and bang on point, sir. I absolutely agree to what you have said.
Important thing I want to make, why is the students are becoming so sensitive? You know, initially the students were considering as we people as a parent, and in the institutes we were parent, and at home the other people were parents. Why they are becoming so sensitive, you know? And the teachers' attitudes are also there, no doubt responsible. But why that sensitivity has developed? That is my question. You know, I'm really searching for this answer. Thank you.
Right, sir. I am so thankful that you asked this question. Yes.
Your presentation is really wonderful. Thank you. You have taken a very right questionnaire also. And if you'll go through it, I'm sure no one will consider themselves as a mentally ill. Okay, and mental illness is not something that, you know, people will readily approach unless and until it becomes a grave problem. They are not going to the psychologist or psychiatrist. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Great, sir. So these questionnaires can be taken up as a checklist also. And in case if we wish, we can always keep a check on the checklist. Now, one answer to the question that you said, why are students turning such a cold face to us? The biggest answer is the society at large, because schools and colleges, they are not considered as temples of knowledge. They are considered as service providers, and the students as clients and teachers as suppliers. So when this whole equation of Guru Shishya Parampara is changing, definitely that coldness from the students is vibrated through and throughout. And as parents, criticizing the teacher in front of the child. You know, when we do that in front of the child, the whole respect of the teacher comes falling down. So all these things, first of all, we need to counsel the parents and the society at large. Wonderful, wonderful point raised by you, sir. Great.
Thank you very much.
Anybody else from the participants? So thank you, Dr. Shyam Suresh Giri.
Sir, before
Yes.
Sir, I would like to thanks to our respected resource person today. So while searching in the linked, I was read your profile, and I think that this platform is open to such new things for us. So best title we have decided to do the research, best questionnaire we have prepared for that, and it's very practical research we have implemented and did, because research are nowadays only for the degree, but such type of research can give some input to the society, and it's very useful that in the education industry we all are teachers, and we should be sound with our mind. Problems are everywhere to every person, but they don't be effect on our education or teaching learning process. So that is the important one. So that thank you for doing your research. We congratulate you for the best topic for us, and it is very related to us, to all educators, those who are here. I think they will try to be healthy in mind. We sir have said that you should be invited, so we expect your next speech as per your convenience, because this is educational platform. We need such a resource person. Thank you, Principal Madam. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for the invitation, and thank you to the audience. See, what I feel is that there is no good speaker. There are good listeners. So when you have people who are listening to you, definitely you turn out to be a good speaker. So thanks to each and everybody who was such patiently listening to what I said. I'm really honored to be on this platform. Thank you so much once again.
Just wait, ma'am. Thank you, Honorable Dr. M M Betkar, sir. Shyam Suresh Giri, sir. Katre Rajesh, sir. Dr. Swan Shukla, sir, for the nice interaction and the appreciation of today's session. Now I request the chief organizer of an international conference, Dr. Pramod Prakash Rao Tandale, who is from Jaikranti College of Education, Latur. Principal Tandale, sir, to conclude the session. You are welcome, please.
Thank you, sir. First of all, thank you to Dr. Betkar sir and Dr. Tyagi ma'am for a wonderful lecture on the mental health of the teacher. Many times we think that the mental health depend on the awareness of the teacher, awareness of the person, and awareness about the uh, mental and mental health. Many teachers we know that the as a teacher we know that the Gagne theory of Gagne that affects on our thinking process, and if our needs are fulfilled we have less mental problems, and in that also some people adjust to choose be happy. That is the we have to choose be happy, and if we choose that we have to be happy, then we got that kind of conclusion, that kind of the solutions of our problems. First of all, we have to choose to be happy, and first of all, we have to choose to be mentally balanced. As ma'am said, we have some places that we express our emotions, we express our anger is there, and mental fatigue affects on our performance also, and affects on our personality also. So the success some people getting the success while some problems are in front of them also. The key of the success is mental health. The key, as a Betkar sir say that we have to be calm, we have to be decide what we have to do in that kind of situation as a teacher, because teacher as a teacher, this is the social responsibility as an image of image as a teacher. So, ma'am, as ma'am says that we have to be meditate for ourselves. It affects on our personality. It affects on our thoughts also. If we meditate ourselves twice a day or once a day, it will help to our mental health also. So, for the good mental health, we, as I say, that art and our interest will be making happy. We everyone know, we must know that what only we become a calm, we become a stress free, and that is the need of our this 21st century. As someone asked that question that we are getting less salaries and we have that kind of things. That's as Betkar sir say, everyone have the problems. Everyone have the problems, and as one data says that 60 to 70% of people, if we thinking we have the problem, we have the problems, did not get the success, we have to see that kind of that peoples who did not fulfill their basic needs. That 70-60% peoples are not getting to fulfill their basic needs also. So as a Gagne says, as a teacher says, as our experience says, that we have to be choose be happy and fulfill our basic needs. And as madam says that we have to take some more extra efforts to become happy. We have to choose the way that solutions we get in the society, that solutions we have to get. We're wondering for our problem. That will be make us happy. And today's lecture is also thoughtful regarding that. Madam expressed the madam not only expressed the told us that the reasons. Madam also tells us the remedies on it. Thank you, madam, regarding. Thank you, madam, to giving us that kind of vision to see the solutions also. If we see the problem, we do not see to the solutions. So we have to see as a solution for each and every in our life. Mental well-being is more, and as ma'am says, our family, our students, our own children. If we mentally balanced, then we will get success, and we guide our students towards the success. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everyone, for being active, participated in this conference. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Dr. Tandres K. Vaishali ma'am, who is IQAC coordinator and the chief convener of the session, this e-conference. She is from Jaikranti College of Education, Latur. So please welcome ma'am. Now I request to you to express the vote of thanks. Dr. S.K. Vaishali ma'am, please.
Good evening to all. Right now, sorry for the inconvenience that I'm not able to open my camera. Right now, I'm in the hospital. My mother is admitted, sir. So, just I will explain that I heard all of the regarding mental health issues, and what madam your presentation was outstanding. As a teacher educator, we deal with mental health only. We teach our teachers that you mental health is important, and your presentation was excellent, ma'am. You have explained all the areas, all the lacunas, and all the powerful ways also. So thank you very much, sir, and thank you, ma'am. Thank you for providing us such a wonderful session, and we hope that, ma'am, you will be helpful to towards us as as a teacher educator. Your research paper will help our students also. We will show this your YouTube video to our students, so that will they. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Vaishali ma'am, and I pray for a speedy recovery of your mama, and may God bless her and she get well soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thanks everyone, all their participants. Now, Honorable Dr. Vagmita ma'am, you can leave the session. It will be open for a few minutes to fill the. Now I request all the participants, please fill the feedback link which is given in the chat box. With that, today's session is over. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.